What's up guys, me Jan here back again for another video, and in today's video I will be doing a follow-up to the Hill Climb Cars Showdown video that I did a while back, where I have a slight hunch that I promised a follow-up video, and almost instantly after that video here is the follow-up video. No, it hasn't been 9 months, no. And yeah, we have 3 cars, and I dare to say that these all are more wilder than the cars from the previous video, and in this video I will be taking them through the same 2 hill climbs and then compare them to each other and to the previous cars, and let's see the times and which is the fastest car of these in this video. But without further ado, let's take a look at the beasts of today's video. Here are the 3 cars, also the 3 stars of this video. On the right, a very familiar looking BMW 134 V8 Judd, but this is an S1 version, meaning that it has more power than the original version on the original video. The original version has 561 brake horsepower, and this one has 668 brake horsepower, with the weight staying at the same 825 kilos. So I'd guess that this car will be quite a bit faster than the one on previous video. And then on the left we have a Agoraphobia R5 adapted to hill climb spec. You can see there are some changes to the front bumper, there's some splitters and whatnot, and then the rear wing or spoiler, with which way you want to say it, is much more chunkier than the R5 variant, and there's also a massive rear diffuser on the car. So it's like, even externally you can see that it is not just your basic R5 Fabia, but it's something way more. And also when we look at the specs, we can see that it is way more. It has 675 brake horsepower and it weighs 940 kilos, so over double the amount of power compared to regular R5 car, and quite a bit lighter as well than your ordinary R5. So I'd guess that this is quite a rocket on this video today. And in the middle is well, you guys remember the Yugo trophy from previous video? This is that, but in steroids. This is Yugo Trophy Carbon, and as the original Yugo Trophy had 565 brake horsepower and weight 900 kilos, which are already very respectable numbers, the Yugo Trophy Carbon has 698 brake horsepower and it weighs only 750 kilos. So it's gonna go very fast. But how fast exactly, and how these 3 cars compare to each other, and how these 3 cars compare to the ones I showcased in the previous video, well, there's only one way to find out. So let's head on to Borklo to see how these cars fare there, and then compare the times, and then go to Goodwood and compare there and count them all together and all that. But yeah, without further ado, let's hop on to Borklo and let's begin with the BMW 134 V8 Judd S1. Here we are in the BMW 134 in our first target. This is the V8 Judd engine car, the S1 version. So a beast, to put it lightly. And let's see how this car manages this Borklo hill climb track. At least it accelerates really well. And unlike the other 2 cars that are on this video, this is a rear-wheel drive car, but given that we're racing on tarmac, it shouldn't be too much of an issue really. It might lose just a bit on the accelerations, but in theory at least it should be better in cornering, because there's no front wheel drive to generate understeer in the corners. So yeah, don't know how it's gonna play out, but we will find out with this car. And one more corner, and then we are through, and that is the rundown for the 134 S1, and next up we will head out with the Fabia. And that's the BMW rundown. Now it's time for the Fabia to show what it is made of with its 4-wheel drive and 7 more brake horsepower and 115 kilos more of weight, but let's not talk about that. Yeah, let's see what this car can manage here. At least the launch is very good, and the acceleration is good as well. But we need to start braking a lot earlier for this corner with this car, because it's, I don't know if it's just weight or if there's worse brakes or something, but this car takes forever to slow down. Also, it's not as good in the corners as the BMW, because there is some understeer on throttle, which I think could be maybe healed with some setup work, but I just ran the defaults for these video, apart from just slightly dropping the brake pressure for this to have some sense in the brakes. Still locking up, but less than with the defaults. And the final corner, and we are through with the Fabia. That's the rundown. Felt a bit slow because of the 4-wheel drive-ness and having to wait so more further into the corner, being able to step on the throttle and all that. But now Fabia done. Let's see how the little box with steroids, aka Yugo Trophy Carbon, can manage here on the same road. Alright, last but not least, Yugo Trophy Carbon, absolute beast of a car. 75 kilos less than the BMW and 30 brake horsepower more. I'd say more downforce, judging from the very massive aerodynamic devices on the car. And then 4-wheel drive. Let's see what this car can do. Oh, sounds like a Formula 1 car. Holy balls, this car goes fast. And stops very well indeed as well. It's unreal. It's like Formula 1 levels of car control. Stopping and accelerating. And I think if I was able to stop craving for snacks as quickly as this car is able to stop, I would be way less fat. That would be nice. The car is very twitchy because it is so small, short wheelbase and all that, so it's very twitchy and not at all stable, so you really need to be paying full focus to the car when you're driving it. And I'm getting slightly exhausted from the car. It's very quick. I think we can already like just think from that which is the fastest car of the three, but hot damn, that car is fast. But yeah, now let's see the times and compare to the previous video's times as well, and see which car is the fastest. And here we have the results. To the surprise of absolutely no one, the Yugo Carbon Trophy won by quite a margin as well, but a slight surprise, at least to me, was that the 134 S1 was faster than the Yugo Trophy, and even by over a second, and also slightly upsetting even that the Fabia Hill Climb car was the slowest sequential car on the list. Okay, the Delta S4 was slower, but that is just so difficult to drive. But here we have the ball clock times, and now next up we will head to the Goodwood Festival of Speed Hill Climb. And here we are in Goodwood, and again we're beginning the run trio with the BMW, and yeah, let's see how this beast manages this. And in relative terms, this should be a better track to the BMW than the ball clock one, because there's less those slow speed corners and less accelerating from almost a standstill. So basically what was the Achilles heel of this car compared to the four-wheel drive counterparts is now lessened here, and hopefully this car will be slightly more competitive here than in Borklo. And that is the rundown. BMW 134 V8 Judd F1 engine car done. And next up we have this Agoraphobia Hill Climb version. And now it's time for the Fabia to show what it got here in Goodwood. And yeah, without further ado, let's head out. At least it launches way better than the BMW, but here we can see the Fabia's poor cornering abilities in comparison to the BMW, thanks to the four-wheel drive, and maybe not the most optimal setup in the car either. But to be honest, I thought that it would be more of a problem here than it has so far been with this car. As we go through the final proper corner, maybe slightly brushing the bales and flat out through this left-hander, and we are through. That is the Fabia done, and next up is the Beast Yugo Trophy Carbon. And now last but not least, it's time for the Yugo Trophy Carbon to show us how it's really done. And this beast of a car launches incredibly fast from 0 to 100, and to the surprise of no one, it's handling very good here as well. We're already at 200 kilometers per hour, or at least I hope it's kilometers per hour. It would be terrifying to have car go over 250 miles per hour on such a short straight. Oh boy. A bit cautious there, chickening out and brushing the bales again, like a proper trademark for me now. And through the final corner, and we are through. That was fast. Nice to hear it in, you know, driving context as well, and not only in the bedroom context. But yeah, that's the Yugo Trophy Carbon done. And now let's see the results. And here we have the overall results, and again, to the surprise of absolutely no one, Yugo Carbon Trophy was the fastest, and by some damn margin as well. Almost 5-second gap to the next car, which is 134 V8 Judd S1, followed by Yugo Trophy and the 134 Judd V8, the normal version, and the E36 Judd V8, and then slightly slower was still the Fabia R5 Hill Climb car. But it seems like the Fabia was faster in Goodwood than the E36 compared to Borklo. So that was slightly surprising to me. But yeah, here we have the results. And those were the results. To be honest, I was quite surprised by the poor pace of the Fabia, but then again, quite surprised also by the really good pace of the 134 S1 compared to the previous one, and also compared to the Yugo Trophy, the normal version. But yeah, that is all for now. Thank you guys ever so much for watching. I'll see you later this week with the penultimate round of Ihan Tavallinen Rallisarja, and I don't know if there will be another stream as well. Will be seen, but I will notify of it beforehand on my channel. That is all for now. Thank you guys ever so much for watching. See you later again. Bye.